viewers, welcome to Family Affairs, where we discuss issues pertaining to relationship, marriage and family life. And we're still on the topic dressing. We'll be having a couple to do justice to this topic. Before we get to meet our couple for today, we'd like to go on a short break. Don't touch that dial and don't leave yet. We'll be back soon.
They say is the bedrock of the society. It is everything. Everyone needs a house to live in, but a supportive family is what builds a happy and a successful home. It is Family Affairs on Malachi TV every Saturday by 7 p.m. Join Balagbogbo Janet as she takes you on an exclusive interview with guests, marriage counselors, doctors, and many more, where they get to share their experiences, and together we build the society at large. To subscribe to our YouTube channel, log on to Malachi TV or like our Facebook page, MLC TV. You can also follow us on Instagram at MLC TV 2021. For advert and sponsorship, call the numbers displayed on your screen. It's Family Affairs, where we discuss family matters. Coming your way soon on MLC TV.
Welcome back from the break. We have our guest in the studio. We have Mr. Olujimi Olakunle. He happens to be a music minister and as well a relationship coach. And we also have Mrs. Patience. She's a chartered accountant and as well a civil servant. They are both relationship coach. I welcome you all to this program.
Thank you very much.
All right, taking us further on this program, we'd like to hear your view about the topic of discussion, which happens to be dressing. So we'd like to know your definition of dressing and what an ideal dressing is.
Dressing, I actually would like to start from dress. What's a dress? You understand? Dress, what's dressing itself? You understand? When you talk about a dress, it has to do with a piece of garment, just a cloth. You understand? Dress. You understand? Then the dressing itself, when putting on that piece of cloth, probably to cover your body. You understand? That's dressing, putting it on garment. You understand? So when talking about dressing, it's just like putting a piece of garment to cover your body. You understand? That's the way I look at it, because I have to break it down. What's a dress? You understand? The piece of garment, cloth. You understand? Then the dressing itself is just putting on that garment to cover yourself. That's the way I look at it. Dressing.
Oh, that's cool. Okay, ma. I'd like to ask you, ma. I believe, and I know you're a married couple, so I'd like to know what actually attracted you in his dressing before you got married.
He dresses well, dresses simple and very neat. And then no color riot then, anyway. So he dresses very good and smart. I think that was what attracted me to him. He likes wearing trousers. I like people that go on t-shirts and jeans trousers, or trousers and like that. And that's what he always wears then. So that's what really I liked about his dressing.
Okay, thank you so much. And sir, I'd also like to ask, what attracted you in her own dressing? I believe there are several women you saw, but you decided to select her particularly.
Dressing, like she said, she too is a simple person. She dresses simple. You understand? And personally, I love ladies. When I see a lady dress, neat, nice, on trousers, I love it. You understand? I'm a person that, so most time, even when I'm going out, she hears me say, why not put on that your trousers? Why not put on your jeans? Not that she doesn't have, but I just felt like I like seeing her on such. You understand? So she also dresses light trousers. You understand? She has of course, she has a native, but when she put on that trousers, I appreciate it more. So when that she dress simple, neat. She's not the type that, like, say, color riot to me, I will return it back to you. Color riot, yeah, doesn't wear such color riot. Just simple too. That's just it, and I like it that way.
Okay, sir. All right. Okay. Thank you so much. I would also like to ask, the world generally would like to know what can one term as indecent and then modest dressing in your own definition?
Indecent dressing. Indecent dressing to me personally is that if I look at you as a person, either a guy or a lady, and also depend on our environment too. You understand? Some environment, what they term as indecent, is not to some other people. Sure, you understand? But when it comes to our society, where we are, right, there's a way you dress. You understand? And people will look at you that the way you dress is not decent at all. You understand? When you look at you dress in a way you're loose. Some people you dress this way, the sag. You understand? There's a place you go when you dress sagging. They'll say you're not decent with the way you dress. You understand? It's not accepted because of the way you sag your clothes. They look at it as indecent dressing. You can't go to a bank, or as a banker you dress because you wear trousers tie, and now even still sag your trousers as a banker, even though you are putting your there, but you are still sagging. It's not decent. You understand? You shouldn't dress that way because it's not accepted in that in particular environment. So the target is not a indecent dressing to them. So it depends on individual how they look at indecent in dressing. There's a way somebody will also dress in a way whereby it's expose all her body as a lady. It's a guy, this is not decent enough. You understand? In an environment. But it's a place you dress. You understand? They will believe that it's okay for us. You understand? They don't see it as anything, you understand, wrong with it. But I look at, if you want to, if you dress and people are not comfortable, I'm not comfortable, I see it like it's not a decent way. You should dress in a way that people around you should be comfortable. You understand? But when you dress in a way people are not comfortable around you, you understand? I feel like you are not putting on a decent attire. You are not decent in your dressing. You understand?
Okay. I would still like to ask you this question. When you talk about, because you said something about style, and I think that style caught my attention. So when you say style, do we really have a particular style that's for every occasion, or maybe as a banker, as a medical doctor? Is there a particular kind of dressing, maybe for a particular occasion, or maybe a particular place, workplace now?
Of course. There's a particular attire for, like I mentioned, bank, like a nurse. You understand? They have a way they dress. You must dress, putting everything up and down. They look okay. If you something they say you are not decently dressed, they will tell you are not decently dressed. Why? You know that something is missing. You understand? So there's a style for every particular. Now, you can't come. Okay, let me use where I'm used to. An environment where there's a music, maybe the choir, there's a place we are supposed to dress. You know there's a way you're supposed to dress decently. You understand? Dress very well. They give you a code. We have a code. You understand? Of dressing. So when they give you a code and you are not following, they will say you are not decently dressed today. Why? Because you falter in the rules and regulation. So they will target indecent dressing just because you did not follow that rules and regulation of that particular body. Sure, you understand? So it's that indecent dressing.
All right, sir. Before we proceed, we'd like to go on a short break. We'll be back shortly.
Family, they say, is the bedrock of the society. It is everything. Everyone needs a house to live in, but a supportive family is what builds a happy and a successful home. It is Family Affairs on Malachi TV every Saturday by 7 p.m. Join Balagbogbo Janet as she takes you on an exclusive interview with guests, marriage counselors, doctors, and many more, where they get to share their experiences, and together we build the society at large. To subscribe to our YouTube channel, log on to Malakai TV or like our Facebook page, MLC TV. You can also follow us on Instagram at MLC TV 2021. For advert and sponsorship, call the numbers displayed on your screen. It's Family Affairs, where we discuss family matters. Coming your way soon on MLC TV.
Welcome back. I would like to ask you, Ma, and the question I'd like to ask is pertaining to colors. And I know you have this idea when it comes to color combination. You know, obviously there are a lot of people who find it difficult to mix colors when it comes to dressing. Like, how do I know, okay, this is what fits? How do I know, maybe if you're dark skinned, for instance, what kind of color will fit in? And then maybe a light skinned person, what kind of color? And I believe weather as well can as well affect, you know, people's skin color and then the way they dress. So I'd like you to throw more light on that.
Okay. You know, dressing tells a lot about who we are. It goes a long way to show who you are, and it also tells about the society you are coming from. Okay, like if you're in abroad, there's a way they dress. There are some dressings that you cannot bring to African culture particularly. They look at it like, no, it's not decent. And then for color combinations, you have to watch it very well. As a guy, you cannot now wear let me put it this way, you wear a yellow shirt on a green trouser, and then you now wear a white shoe. You know, not even as a guy, even as a lady, it's color rioting. But you know, there are some combination of colors, like, okay, now that you are wearing this kind of a red dress, you go with a black shoe, it fits. You understand? If you are wearing something like yellow, you can put a touch of black. It brings out the beauty of the clothes you are wearing. So it goes a long way. If you mix up these colors too much, they will not fit. So you have to watch your skin. If you are, I know some light people can go on a dark cloth and it will fit them, but if you're already dark and then you now wear a black clothes again all down, it will look very funny. And so you have to watch what you in the color combinations of what you are wearing. It goes a long way. You know, sometimes when you are coming out color rioting, some people will look at you, is this person normal at all? You know, it goes a long way to even portray to people who you are. They say, why is he dressing so like this? Why is it like this? It's weird, kind of. But then, so we have to learn to pick our colors perfectly, at least to an extent. You check your body color, you know what fits you, and then you go for it.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you so much for that. Okay. I also like to ask you, you know, Daddy said something about culture, and then he made mention of something that really very striking point. So I'd like you to throw more light on that. Now, when you talk about culture, Nigeria as a whole, Nigeria, we are in Africa, and I believe there's a particular ideal kind of dressing as a Nigerian. So I'd like you to just say, what's the acceptable kind of dressing as a Nigerian?
In Nigeria, they like you to dress decently, especially if you are going for any occasion where people are gathered. Dress very moderate and decent. They don't expect to see you coming in with maybe spaghetti top and maybe a short skirt to a wedding occasion like that. People may be looking at, what is wrong? Why is he dressing like this? Especially in Africa, they like if you are coming for a wedding, you tie the wrapper and you put the gele. You know, it will look very flamboyant. That is what pertains in Africa here. So that is the kind. You can also, if you want to wear a trouser, you can wear a fine one covering like this with the gown. Hey, it is acceptable. When you come in a spaghetti top or your bust are out, you know, and then you wear a micro mini skirt on a high heel, they look at you like, no, this is not for this occasion. And then I also want to talk about, in the Christian environment, I want to bring down like if you are coming to church, dress modestly, dress decently. Don't dress like somebody that is coming from a club. The club has their own dressing. So when you are going to the club, fine, you do that way. Don't bring the club dress the church. Because you know for church that you cannot go to a club tie wrapper.
They won't.
They will not. They will look at you as it's not. What is this? And so the same way, let us also bring a decent dressing when we are coming out to a decent environment. You cannot see the governor or the president needs to see you, and you are running there with a spaghetti and a mini micro skirt. Nobody will even, the people with the audience will not even allow you to pass. So dressing is in, especially in Africa here, let's dress to the taste of the way we are brought up. We are brought up dressing decently. Even if we want to inculcate the cultures of the white man, let's pick the ones that will suit us. Let's pick the ones that goes with our, like now from there they brought the trousers and the blouses. We find there's a way you can dress very modestly in that. So don't bring and you see those ones outside there, some of these things we wear, they don't wear it out on a normal day. It depends on the weather condition. But here we just do it anyhow. No, we need to, and then it will make people to know how to address you. The way you dress make people to address you. If you are a married woman and then you are coming to a place with a very short mini on his skirt and you are running and coming like this, some people will say, are you sure he's married? Because of the culture and the way we are. So let's learn to be modest in our dressing. Thank you.
Thank you so much. All right, as we wrap up, I still want to ask one more question to you, sir, and I will link my question still on the issue of rape cases. Most times indecent dressing tends to lead to cases of rape. We've had situation whereby you see some ladies, they want to climb maybe a motorcycle and then they just dress anyhow and so many other things. So what link does rape and indecent dressing, what link do they have?
It has a serious link. Indecent dressing has a very serious, see, one thing, the issue of rape, we have to also understand the way God created man and woman. A man has to do what he sees, is get carried away by what he sees in the most time. And when the man sees something that attracts him, most time they want to go for, if you are not the one that can control yourself, you understand. I remember vividly I was in the church, was it not the Sunday? You understand, like we're talking about decent dressing. Jokingly, I was strolling. Then somebody came in from the gate, trying to enter coming from the gate. The way she dressed, I laughed. It was horrible. I'm telling you, a lady, the way she dressed. So I was not telling a guy. I was like, please, Oga, please don't look back. You understand? Jokingly, he was thought about when he looked back, it just immediately he turned back. He had to now face. I told him you can look back now. You know that kind of way. But I was trying to now. Now, merely looking at it, it's a picture. You understand? When you have a picture, a kind of a picture, what will look? You understand? That's why drama. When they pass a message in drama, it speaks more than when you hear the message, because it's a picture. So when you now see what's supposed to be covered, open. Now, as a man, there's a way your body system begins to work. But if you don't know how to control your emotion, your feeling, the way your emotion, your body chemistry begins to work, don't know how to control it. It leads to wants to touch. It leads to want to go after what you have seen. You understand? So, but if you don't control it, you understand. And if God does not help, if you had somebody that you already have a feeling for, you always want to go forward. And get that thing. And before you know it, and if the person is not ready to give willingly, the person will go forcefully. I'm just trying to use that one as an example. You understand? There's some things we don't, as a lady, must learn how to cover up. You understand? Now, one thing we need to understand about this rape of a thing. Now, if a lady dress indecently, you're only attracting the guy or the opposite sex to your body. You understand? Now, and the person will go after that same body you have exposed. That's one thing they don't know. But when you cover up, now the guy will now want to know who is that person inside of that person. Not after the flesh. You understand what I'm saying? You understand? There's a way the person operates. You're like, this person, the way she does her thing, I want to know the person, to know the kind of person, the character. But when you have already uncovered yourself and the person, you will go after it. Forget it. Even as a pastor, anybody, no matter how think you, but if you don't get yourself out of that environment, you can be tempted to do anything. You understand? Nobody. That's why we are told that when you see an environment, you just have to flee.
Wow, thank you so much. As we round up, Emma, I would like you to advise our singles and married women out there on how to dress properly.
Okay, for the singles, please dress decently. Don't expose your body outside. Don't think that, some people say, I like to show my calves, I like to show this. At the end, it leads to all these issues of rape. So let's dress modestly, decently and moderately, in a way that when somebody sees you, good dressings also attract people to us. Some people can dress very good. People say, I like the way you are dressing. You don't have to expose everything outside. If God wanted us to expose everything outside, He will not bring clothes for us to be wearing. But since they are clothes, and those clothes are to cover us, let's dress modestly and decently. Then for the married women too, please, let us dress decently. It goes a long way. Some person can say, I see the wife of so and so. It brings down the husband reputation too. If you are dressing anyhow, it brings down the husband. It even brings down yourself. Somebody that is not supposed to talk to you when you don't, maybe not even know that you are married, but the way you have dressed and exposed yourself, say, hey, excuse me. You understand? And when you now say I'm married, say, oh, and you are dressing like this. So please, let's dress modestly. Finally, for mothers, please watch the way your children dresses. Some children will come out dressing as if they are going to a club and the mother will not say anything. It goes a long way. This child, whose child is it? While we're growing up, there's something about whose child is this? Whose child is this? We try to maintain that very well while growing up. But these days, it's like parents don't care about this, whose child is this anymore. Your child is coming out dressing here, sagged, putting some weird looking, and you're just saying, oh, you look like crisscross. Why? You know, let's encourage our children to dress modestly. These issues of rape will decline. It may not be able to stop because we cannot stop it totally, but at least it will reduce this level of rape issue that is getting out of control.
Thank you so much. We are so grateful for the contribution. Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am. As we wrap up, we'd like to just drift a bit into your personal life. And this segment is Know Your Spouse. Okay. So we've been talking about dressing. So we want to just switch a bit. And I believe, sir, you know your wife so well, and then she also, you too, you know your husband so well. But how we get to know is from this little game, and we just ask, because of time, we'll ask 2 questions, and ask you 2 questions, also ask you, sir, 2 other questions. Okay. We'll start from you, ma. All right. So we've been talking about dressing. So I'd like to ask, still on color. So what's your husband's favorite color? Please, each question carries 5 marks.
Okay, so what's your favorite color?
Yes.
Does he really have a favorite color? But most times he likes white with any touch on it. I think that's the one I know that. But that he has any favorite color? White with any touch on it.
Okay, so let's confirm from him. Is she correct? Don't defend her.
No, I'm not defending her. She's right. I love white. I love blue.
You're also wearing white. Wow, really?
Okay, I love white. I love blue. You understand? That's a white, blue. Yeah, they are my favorite color.
Wow. Thank you, ma. So you've scored a 5 points to that question. Yeah. Okay, right. Sir, we'd like to ask you, what's your wife's favorite, her best food?
Favorite food?
Yes.
Kai. Favorite food? Well, I know, because I love rice, I know she loves rice too. But I know she likes yam too. So I don't
which
know.
one? Let's take one.
Well, rice is my own. Maybe yam. Let me just leave her with a yam. She loves yam. Let me say.
Okay, ma. Is he correct? Don't defend him.
No. He is.
He's correct.
Yes,
wow.
I like yam.
Wow.
I like beans, but I like yam too.
Yeah. Wow. Really? So that's a 5 points for you. Another 5 points for you. Okay. The last question. I believe you know your husband so well. Is he a football fan?
Okay. Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
My
Because he
question is-
hardly, he doesn't like me watching any station.
Aside football. Wow. All right. And I believe there are times you sit with him to watch those, even though you know it's not from your mind, you don't want to, but you just don't have any choice. All right. The question I want to ask: what's your husband's club?
Don't fall my hand.
Chelsea.
Jesus Christ.
Chelsea.
Is it Chelsea? Or
Nah.
that one that they wear red.
Hey.
I'm not.
Hey.
Wait, I'm coming. Yes, that one they wear red. Arsenal.
Is she correct?
Yes.
I'm supposed to give you
Go
a
down.
2.5.
Go down.
but-
Yes.
Go down.
I remember that one they wear red.
So you're correct. That's
You know,
another
because I
5
don't
points.
really like them, I just
All right. Thank you so much.
Don't tell her what you used to do when I'm watching. That is when you will bring discussion.
I get
Okay,
angry.
discussion.
Yeah.
Wow.
He's watching the
I
match.
tell you,
I
I'm
like
watching
it.
football now.
Okay, let me ask you, sir. So, what's your wife's best program? Maybe TV program
Eh?
or movie? Let's put it that way.
Forget she doesn't. She doesn't have any favorite movie. Forget that one. I don't think she has any favorite movie.
Are you sure?
I'm telling you, the only thing I know is that we can just put on the TV, see a program that is interesting, but sit down and okay, this thing is interesting. We understand. But when you talk about favorite, maybe channels, maybe she might think of channel. When you call a program, she doesn't really have a particular program. You understand? She doesn't really have a particular program that this is her favorite program. No,
Okay.
she doesn't really
Is
have.
he saying the right
Yes.
thing? Are you sure among all the programs,
No.
there's no particular one you
Like,
love so
I-
much?
There's
Say
no
it,
one
Obiabo.
that I can really just say.
Mm.
Except if I tune the TV and maybe they are watching American films, I can say, oh, okay, let me just sit down and just watch this film. But that there's this, like all these women that, hey, they're into Z World or into Nollywood.
In other words, you don't
Yes.
really have a particular
Yes, I
favorite
do,
program.
I do.
All right, like I said, it's 20 marks, and I'm really impressed because if I'm to grade you from everything, you in fact you hit the points and you did justice to
Thank you so
my
much.
question. So I really want to appreciate you all for your time and your contribution. And as well, I just want to advise the viewers out there, like our guest had rightly said, ensure you dress well. It's very important. For every occasion, there's a particular dressing. Just like I'll take what Mrs. Special said something about how you dress is how you be addressed. You cannot just go to, maybe you're going for an interview, you just decide to dress anyhow. Of course, we have bouncers that will have to bounce you out.
Yeah.
So dressing is very important, and as Nigerians, we value culture so much. So it's always good to dress, and to dress according to the particular occasion you're going for. And there's usually ethics. There's what's called the professional ethics for every organization. There's a particular way you're supposed to dress. So if you're working in a particular organization, it's also good to ensure you know the dress code for that particular organization. All right, we have come to the end of this program, and I believe you had a wonderful time and you've learned one or two things from what our guests had said. So would like you to join us same time next week Saturday for another interesting episode on family affairs. And before you go, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel Malachi TV and our Facebook page MLC TV, and also our Instagram MLC TV 2021 for more information, more programs that are coming your way. Join us same time next week Saturday by 7 p.m. for family affairs. I remain Jiya Balagbogbo. Bye for now.